Hi, Julia. Thank you very much for taking your precious time and really to pour your knowledge, your wisdom, and to share your expertise on the topic of appraisals. And this is a very dear topic to me because we deal with appraisals all day long on every property, whether it's co op, whether it's condo, whether it's residential, commercial buildings, whether it's a land, everything and everywhere, it's always based on the foundation of appraisals. So let's first begin from introducing you to the world, who you are, what you do, how you juggle your life, personal life, and how do you really make it all work? Do you have goals? Do you have vision boards? I mean, I know your life inside out, and you have so much you're dealing with. Three beautiful children. You're my single mother, and you're definitely a perfect example to many that would like to really become someone super unique and special. Julia, how do you do it all?
Oh, Olga,
Where is the passion?
first and
What
foremost,
drives you?
I want to say thank you so much for inviting me over and speaking here today. And it's a true pleasure for me to sit down with you to have this conversation. Um, my drive is ultimately my children. That's that my main goal is to provide for them, give them a beautiful life, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're happy. And I schedule all my work dealings around my children.
How do you feel about appraisal world? How do you feel that you get excited over the things that you do every day? I know that between having your personal life, your business life could be very overwhelming, but how do you do it all?
Obviously, my biggest motivation are my children, but it's also a mindset. Every day I have to prep my mind to think positive, to stay on task, to make sure I'm organized and I have good structure, both personally and professionally. It's very important that my mind is positive so I can produce positive results. I make sure that I stay organized. I make sure that I plan things ahead of time. So, I'm already the night before, I'm already planning my next day. I schedule things around my children's schedule. So, if my children are in school in the morning, I make sure that I do my morning inspections and then I pick up my children, spend time with them, do their homework. And then later in the evening, I sit back down and I finish whatever it is that I need to finish for the day.
Julia, I'm just curious. Would you say that getting into appraisal world and getting into this business was something that you intentionally planned?
No, it's I would like to think that this profession actually found me. Having been enrolled at Baruch College in my freshman year, I was working at the World Trade Center as an intern, and 9/11 happened. So it was very unfortunate time, and I just needed something to keep me busy. I had gaps in my schedule, and I was looking through my school bulletin, and I found this amazing position for an internship at a local real estate company. I applied and pretty much was trained from A to Z in this business, and that's where really my passion started for this field. It's a beautiful field. There's so much potential, and I really love it.
So it's endless learning.
Endless learning.
That's what drives me also in my business in real estate world. It's just a never a dull moment.
No.
You're always learning, you're always, implementing, you're always, doing something very interesting. And it's definitely something that motivates and drives me every single day. But Julia, let's talk a little bit more about the fact that someone gave a hand to you. In other words, someone really took you and started mentoring you and showing you the ways how to make it and survive in this business. And now you have your own appraisal company, right?
Yes, it's AAA Appraisal and Consulting. So AAA playing on the fact that it's fast, quality, reliable service.
So would you say that you are right now in a position where you learned so much that you could now give back a little? Maybe not a lot, but maybe a little. And let's talk about mentorship, because I know that in today's day and age, a lot of children might end up being in a position where they would like to maybe go to college, graduate high school. In between, they're confused. They're not sure what they would like to do. A lot of times, kids are trying to find themselves. Would you say that you would be a good mentor for someone who is entertaining that idea?
Sure. So the appraisal world, it's a very interesting world because honestly, it's tough to get into the field without a mentor. So, and there's very few mentors around, and I would love to mentor someone just as someone mentored me. And if I didn't have the mentorship that I had, I don't know if I would find this field. So it's very important to find a good mentor, and I would love to offer that to maybe the next generation who are looking to figure out their footing in the world, who maybe want a little bit more information and want to really find out if this is the right calling for them.
How do you figure out if it's the right calling for individual?
Trying to kind of get your foot in the door, work a little bit, learn a little bit, research, talk to people who are in this field, and really see if this is something that you enjoy doing. At the end of the day, you got to love what you do. It all comes down to having a passion for the field, for the business. And how would you know if you don't try it?
Exactly. Julia, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of interesting individuals looking into this conversation and thinking that, wow, it's a great opportunity for my child. Like, I would love for my children to, dive deeper into this world and really have a deeper understanding on how appraisals work and how do you guys determine the value. And in many cases, brokers are not always on the same page with appraisers.
Right.
And sometimes we could be challenging you and calling you and telling you, hey, look, I don't agree with, what you have to determine on the value, but it's all your analytical experience based on what you learn in school and throughout the practice that you put out there with your reports, right? So you provide the reports?
Right. So an appraiser is someone who is a certified special who provides an opinion of value. And an appraisal is an opinion of value that's been compressed into an appraisal report. So there's many components to an actual appraisal, and appraisers are generally facts-based individuals. So we have to base all of our data and all of our findings based on actual transactions and actual statistics in the market. So it's a little bit different because we have to back up all of our information with market data.
Excellent. Well, we're going to have the whole entire segment with the video on topics. What is appraisal?
Yes.
So audience understands exactly what goes into appraisal, how it's determined, how it all works. But I definitely would like to say thank you very much for joining me for this episode and you pouring out your personal details of life is very important for our audience to know who Julia is. And it's important for your children down the road in the future to watch and understand how you went through all the life experiences to provide for them. This is super, super important. Thank you very much for joining me, and let's continue.
Thank you for having me.